Gang, I see I've got three of you waiting on me. You can almost set your watch by me, huh? Audio check. Yes? No? Audio? Lisa? Mom, can you guys hear me? Loud and clear. Sean, what's up? Howdy, Joe. Great to see you in here, Joe. You too, Sean. H&H, you made it. Glad to see you. 700, welcome. Okay, real quick before I start reading all the hellos and everything, um, we've got a special person watching right now, and that would be Lisa's mom. She's watching me on the big screen at Lisa's house. I just got back from there. I told you guys I may be there or I may not. I was worried that Rachel and Chase were going to come in the middle of the stream, so I didn't make it there. And I just made it home like 10 minutes ago to get everything set up. So, okay. All right. Uh, hello, Glenn. Hello, Danny. Hello, brother. Mr. Ed, great to see you. Thank you, brother. Did I hunt some eggs? Of sorts. Thank you, Glenn. That was very nice. Chris, great to see you again. Corey. Got Corey in the house. I hunted some eggs, H&H. I did. I did. Sort of. I ate some deviled eggs. Does that count? Roger, thank you very much. Happy Easter to you. Happy Easter to everybody. I tried in vain, but I tried to put my $300 microphone on there. I know what you're talking about, Joe. I believe I'll see what I can come up with. Had some deviled eggs. They were very, very good. Hi, honey. Everybody, say hi to Lisa. She's here. Terry, happy Easter, brother. It is fantastic to see that you made it. You guys can say hello to Lisa and Teresa. Teresa is Lisa's mom. Thank you, Roger. My connection's bouncing in and out, but hopefully we'll stay tight here. Joe, I saw that on the lead hammer. If you would send me a quick message so that I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. We have snow today, Roger. It is snowing right this minute, right this moment. Thank you, Corey. Ron, or R. Miller, sorry. Mr. Miller, great to see you. Thank you. Mr. Schmidt, good to see you. Oh no, Roger. Yeah, we've got snow right now. In fact, let's see if we can go ahead and move things around here a little bit, and I will show you. This is Easter. So, yeah, I'll try not to send any up your way. Wild Bill, thank you very much. H&H, we're supposed to get around 65. Yeah, I know. That's right, Roger. I'm fed up with winter too, Glenn. Wild Bill, thank you very much. Lisa's watching with her mom. Snow indicator, yeah. And it was, I didn't think it was supposed to get that far up, but so you're getting our snow tomorrow, Terry. It's raining where you're at, Danny. Get the four. Thank you for keeping it clean, Glenn. We H&H, we've got it's supposed to be 65 by Tuesday. Well, Terry, I hope it warms up enough that it's just rain where you're at. It just Bob made it. Bob, everybody say hey to Mr. Double Wide Six and his son. Hopefully he's watching too. Thank you very much, Bob. Happy Easter to you and the little man. Yeah, it was an April Fool's joke, that's for sure. The weather's just been rough. Well, at least the China space station won't hit us now. Well, I don't know. If it's cold enough, it might freeze and we'll get more than the, what, 40% they're saying that's supposed to hit. Still green there. Hope it stays that way. Well, Brother Brian, if it's any. It's okay, Joe. Double wide six, and Junior, that would be double wide three. That's funny. That's hysterical. I like that. Mike, that's a very good question, Bob. Um, it all happened by accident. I started shooting videos. The video word got out. Some people contacted me through simpletractors.com to help work on their stuff, so I did videos on those. I've been real well known on Simple Tractors for a number of years. I think 13 or 14 years on Simple Tractors now. Um, but Simple Tractors is really where it got started, and Simple Tractors is a Simplicity and Alice Chalmers specific site, but my specialty has always been Kohler engines. And the neighborhood that I moved into, we had a elderly gentleman that was doing the small engine repairs, and he wound up. Um, his health just got a little rough, um, but and Mr. Miller, hang on just a minute. Yeah, I have started getting things coming in. Back to Bob's question, how I got started. I actually got. I'm gonna harken way back to the 1980s. Picked up my first Briggs 5S reel mower in as many pieces as it could possibly be in. Put it all together. Got it running, and I had a nice neighbor kid, Jimmy, who was paraplegic. He's paralyzed from the chest down, and I mainly wanted to get it put together for him so that he could hold it in front of his wheelchair and ride up and down the road with that reel mower. Disabled the reel part of it and just let him use the self-driving capability on it with that reel mower. So that was the first engine that I took and went through entirely. I have always worked on my own stuff from day one, um, but a lot of studying, a lot of learning, a lot of making sure that I'm doing the job right before I dive into the job, like I did with Sean's 7118, making sure that I was dotting all my I's and crossing all my T's. The Simplicity Conquest from last season, you guys may remember, the Greenworks, that was a mess. Um, oh, H&H, that's awesome. Um, the Conquest from last year, all that there was 23 things that the so-called mechanic worked on out there that I had to correct. If it wasn't for, I think, me being in the Navy and having a machinist background and a mechanical background and the aptitude, I guess, I wouldn't have gotten into it as much, Bob. But um, I love knowing what makes things tick. I mean, here's a prime example right here. This is a pre-World War II German clock that a friend of mine sent to me. Said it has never kept good time. It loses lots and lots and lots of time. Um, so I tore it completely apart, went through the whole thing, got it, and it keeps perfect time. You guys can check. It's 7:11 right now, Eastern time. And it's just an old wind-up alarm clock, but it if it has gears or wheels or spark plugs or you name it, I'll work on it. Um, Typically, I'll do it to my own stuff first as a learning experience so that I don't damage somebody else's. But I love helping people out. I love helping people out. It is to me too, Terry. It is, yes. And it's got a lot of mudslides and high water. I just want it to get warm and dry so it can mow. I hear you, Terry. Same here. And H&H, bad boy mowers. I love bad boy mowers. I wish some would come in here. And Mr. Miller, yes, I am picking up a considerable amount of jobs to line up that'll start coming in about the second week of April. Um, I have prior engagements. I've got to make sure I get Sean's mowers done and the grass, except now, but under the snow, the grass is starting to green up, and we're supposed to warm up here in the next few days. So, Bob, I hope that answers your question. I've got stacks upon stacks upon stacks of literature and information from Briggs' first engines all the way through to the present, including the fuel injected engines. Chris, be safe. Be safe. Thank you for stopping by. It's great to see you. But Bob, it's a passion. Same thing with motorcycles. They're like, well, how can you go from small engines over to motorcycles? Well, I used to build motorcycles from the ground up uh, back in the late 90s and early 2000s. I built custom motorcycles, so that's nothing for me. Um, and I've built my own vehicles and the 7116 3314 H Glenn. I have, when you say books, my version of books are PDF files. That way I can carry them with me. In fact, they are, if I can get my drawer open far enough. Come here, come here, come here. Slick. They are, all my files are right there. And I have a triple redundant system where I keep all of my files in hand so that I am always prepared. And if I'm ever going anywhere, like when I go to the tractor shows and stuff like that, I will take this tablet most generally, and I can plug this into the tablet and flash off files for people who needs them. It's a lot of self-taught methods. Yes, Bob, exactly. Uh, when I make a mistake, I learn the hard way, but I never forget, and that's right. That's right. Um, oh, and as far as being better at this live thing, I've only what is this, guys? Is this is the third actual scheduled live that I've done? Um, I'm flying by the seat of my pants, answering questions as they come by, saying hi to everybody. And I gotta say hi to Lisa and Mom again because they're sitting there watching. Coffee. With all this rain, I've been putting all my World War II Jeeps, tractors, and CB200s away. I have a CL200. It was a single year offering here in the States. Single year offering. I have a CL200. It's a 1974. Zip squids don't fly, they swim, remember? Yeah. Yes. All right, Glenn. Yes, I do. I remember. I remember. But we do. That thumbnail, though. What? Chuck! What's up, Chuck? What's up, Chuck? Don't up, Chuck. Chuck. If you had a big Easter dinner. Bob, As far as doing the live streaming from the hip, I don't rehearse any of my videos that I make. I do play out more or less what I want the video to be out in my head real quick, but it's not a it's never scripted because I couldn't follow a script. There's no way I'd be able to follow a script. Restoring 1970s simplicity, landlord soon. Looking forward to more spring-like weather. Yeah, Mr. Ed, those later model running boards. Is yours a standard, a shuttle, or a? I don't think they had variables then. Is yours a shuttle or a variable, or a shuttle, a standard, or a hydro? Ever had a day that everything is broke and no money to fix it? I have certainly had those days. Can't kill me. I have had those days. I know when to walk away, and I'm rocking. I I have Rooney. High five, brother. Sir Rooney's in the house. Everybody say howdy to Sir Rooney, long time friend and subscriber. Been around cars since you were four. I've got to have your Buick. My dad was a master mechanic, 35 years in the business until I was forced to go on disability. Well, I was forced also. Hated it, hated it, hated it, hated it. Mr. Ed, if it's a 3300 or a 3400, then it would be the Vickers Hydro, and those are really, really good transmissions. If it's the later model Sunstrand transmissions, they are good transmissions as well, but they tend to be really hard to adjust when they creep. So they'll do a lot of creeping. Hey, I got a high five from you. Small engine was a new learning curve for me. It is, and it's funny, isn't it? You have big engines, like Chevy small blocks, any kind like that. That was something that a lot of people ask me, and I get a lot of questions from certified SAE mechanics that they're like, I can tear apart a small block 350, put it back together, and get 600 horsepower out of it, but I'll be darned if I can get this one little problem worked out of my Briggs. I get it. I totally get it. They are a different animal. But if you take your mind back down a notch and just realize it has all of the same components as one of the really big engines, everything's there. You've got to have fuel, you've got to have fire, you've got to have air. If you've got those three things, you've got a running engine. Um, but the problems that you end up with a smaller displacement engine as opposed to the bigger displacement engines, they are so totally polar opposites. You have a cam lobe problem in a V6 or a V8 or even a little four cylinder, one cam lobe wears down. You know it because you do a compression check or a leak down check. You find which cylinder it is. Well, then you know what your problem is. Oh, where's the spider? Let's get that spider. Brother, just spiders don't bother me. Mr. Ed, thank you very, very much for stopping by. I'm really, really glad to see you here. Roadrunner, thank you very much. Happy Easter. And hitting a thumbs up would just be fantastic. Pete, great to see you. And happy Easter. I love your lighthouse emoji there. But back to small engines and big engines. Yeah, if you have a carburetor problem on a big engine, none of the cylinders work. You put a new or good or rebuilt carburetor on it, they all work, and everything comes back to life. You can find compression down on one. There are a lot of similarities, but at the same time, a lot of differences. Can I rebuild a small block 350? Yeah. It would take me a lot longer than it would to rebuild a Briggs. Rebuilding a Briggs cast iron is, I've done it so many times. I know the process. I know my basic tolerances. I keep everything, like I said, at hand. All of my files are there, so all of my specs are there. I can go through real quick, check an engine out within 30 minutes to know what I need to do, where I need to do it, whether the engine's going to be okay to go forward for a while, whether it's not, what it's going to need, know what my parts are going to, what my parts list is, and all that. Just like a lot of the SAE guys, when they do their troubleshooting, especially on these newer vehicles, fuel injected engines and computer controlled and fly by wire acceleration and stuff like that, you guys all have progressed with it as it has gone up. And I'm trying to do that with the electronic ignition and the fuel injected engines, mainly because my brother Osenga Simplicity there went and picked himself up a fuel injected Legacy 4-wheel drive with a loader. Everybody just go give him a thumbs down because that should have been me. I'm just kidding, brother. I'm very happy for you. But Robert, really, yeah, kiss me one time, baby. Kiss me twice today. Robert, it is great to see you in here. Come here, Belle. Come here. Robert wants to see you. Hang on, let me get Belle over here. Come on, baby girl. Come on. There you go. Okay, there's Miss Belle. Hello, Miss Belle. Thank you. All right, that's for Robert, everybody. And the slobber is compliments of Belle's tongue. Now I can't see. All right, give me another question. Yeah, Roger, I do. I mean, I agree that big engines are a totally different animal than a small engine. But if you get right down to bare tacks, it takes the same thing to get them running. Oh, Mom liked Belle, did she? Well, I'll bring her over. I'll bring her over. A Steiner. I have not, Bob. I have not. Can't kill me, brother. Just fix what's bad. If it's not broke, don't fix it. That's one thing that I do religiously. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Um, I live by the KISS system, which is keep it simple, Sean. You can insert your own name or word or whatever you want to there, but I do the best I can to keep it simple. If I overthink things, oftentimes I'm doing way too much work, and in doing too much work, I'm missing out because I'm not gonna, the customers. It's my ignorance, so that cost me. I have a very bad connection. I don't know why. Mom, I will bring Belle over just for you after I wash her dirty butt. Her pic is on the wall behind me. Yep, she's right there. Right there. Hello, Belle. That's my mama in curlers. That is my oldest daughter. This is my kids up here during the father-daughter dance. Got my ugly mug all over everywhere. There's my mom up there. And you guys wondered how Clifford got its name. You can see right there. There's my mom holding Clifford. That is how Clifford got its name. In fact, right next to it, right here, you guys can see it's one of my Harleys that I started with, a 97 Sportster, and then I tore it down to the frame and totally customized it. So, nobody has said anything in a little while. Does anyone have any more questions for me? Bob, I'm going to look up Steiner. In fact, I'm going to write it down right now because I'm not familiar. So, and you've piqued my interest with that. Nice tie. Oh, yeah, father-daughter dance. Yep, thank you. I'm pointing at the screen. There. Steiner. What'd you do to it, Bob? You said an interesting engine, I believe. I need to keep that piece of paper out. I have a friend of mine, Larry, has a Sears Suburban that I just have not gone to pick up yet. Rudy, great to see you. Happy Easter to you. And you can tell Lisa and her mom, Happy Easter yourself. They are both watching right now. I owned a Sears XL10, but I will be picking up a Suburban, and if I like it enough, I may actually keep it. It's got a mowing deck and a snow blade. I like the old Sears. Sears, not Craftsman. Sears. I like the old Sears. I don't care for the Tecumseh powered ones. This one, I am not sure. I don't remember if it has the Onan twin or not. But it has been sitting idle that I'm aware of for about the last 10 years, give or take. Thanks, Ron. You switched out an Onan for a Honda. Did you use Small Engine Warehouse, Bob, for a swap kit? And was the Onan shot SS14, most of an SS15, and an old Gilson? Rooney is on here, and he's a big Sears guy. If he wants to pipe up. Oh, your buddy bought the Onan? Okay. A Snapper Comet 26. Snapper Comet 26. I've owned some rear engine snappers, but the Comet 26. No. My genset, Bob, is a Onan powered. I thought that would get your attention, Sir Rooney. I really did, as soon as you heard Sears. But yeah, there will be a Suburban coming in. And like I said, I may actually end up keeping it. What Terry said, two SS14s and most of an SS15. So Rooney and WTBM 123, you guys have something in common. You love the drooling spell check. Oh, drooling, not drilling. Onan was a 20 horse and wanted to upgrade to a 25. So the Onan was still running. If that's the case, that's awesome, Bob, because they are, obviously out of business now. And if you can keep them in good shape, they're worth their weight in gold. The tack on the dash was the only thing. Ah, that's no big deal. That's just a pickup on that's in the tack. That's not on the engine itself. I don't know how much Roger would use a valve grinder. Or how much, yeah, I don't know how much Bruce would use a valve grinder, Tim. Or, wow, let me do that again. All right, I'm going to do this one more time and only one, so listen close. I don't think Bruce would get a valve grinder, mainly because the most of everything that he works on is the newer stuff, and with removable heads, and that he can just replace the heads on. I have an extensive with Steiner products. If you want, you can forward my email address to him. Bob, did you see that from Joe Sloan? That's what I'm thinking. That's who I'm thinking he's talking about. Bob is Bruce Pender. Bob, read Joe Sloan's uh, message. Oh, with when he's grinding the yeah, his suction cups stop sticking. But I've got that taken care of, Roger. I've got it taken care of. I'm sending him a care package, and one of the things that I'm sending him will remedy that problem when he's doing a valve lapping job. And I'm hoping that he really, really likes what I'm sending him. Fingers crossed. And I don't think. And what are my thoughts on the cone PTO? On good or bad? Glenn, the cone. How do you stop the suction cups? How do you stop the suction cups to grip? I assume that's a typo, and you're wanting to know how do you get the suction cups to grip so well. Replace your suction cups whenever they stop sticking. And I also take a little bit of axle grease, put a little bit of axle grease on it, and put it right on top, and they'll stay on there until you break that grease seal. Leave it to Robert to come up with that answer. There you go, Bob. There's your answer. Use 3M double-sided tape. That's funny. Cores will help. And another funny answer. That's funny too, Roger. Hot glue, hot glue, hot glue. I have heard about actually using hot glue. And you can just use a regular stick. You don't even need the suction cup. Just put hot glue, take your wooden dowel, stick it on there, and as long as you get it good and square and you're careful, you can do a really good job with it. And then the hot glue will just pop right off. No residue, no nothing. I have heard of hot glue. I'm really glad so many of you are here tonight on Easter Sunday, spending it with myself and with Lisa and her mom. It means a lot to me that you guys take a little bit of time out of your Easter holiday for me. That's fantastic. Lisa and I talked earlier about whether or not I was going to go ahead and have the live stream, and I guess I pretty much talked myself into it. Oh, Roger, right. Yes. Um, I've actually got one that I need to get on. Big Daddy, howdy. Uh, I've got one that I need to get sold for um, Barb, the gal that I bought the mill off of. And it is a valve and valve seat grinder with all of the attachments, everything. It's a really nice unit. So I've got to get that sold. But I remember when they started being badged by Black and Decker, but I don't remember the name. I believe it starts with an L. But yeah. Oh, you've got them for the valve grinder or for the valves and the seats as well. That's awesome. Yeah, it's kind of a specialized thing. You almost have to find a machine shop to buy it. Who doesn't already? Because they're bulletproof. Van Dorn. Yep, that's it. Van Dorn. You got it. They will. They last forever. You cannot kill them. They are indestructible. So people that have them, they'll always have them. So they don't have one that goes bad. Bob, are you needing a Van Dorn valve and valve seat grinder? If so, Roger's got one. It's badged at Black and Decker, but it's still a Van Dorn, I believe. Eat some pancakes for me, Willie. It's great to see you. A lot of places got bought out by Sears back in the day. Uh, yeah, yep. It's too bad that Sears is now getting bought out by everybody else. Slippery slope. We won't get into that. At least Stanley's promising to put up a plant. Roger, you stole it. You stole it. It's at for the machine alone's a $750 bill. My dogs aren't killing me. Mine's down here on the floor sleeping, Robert. Sorry, your dogs are killing you. Huh? You stole that, Roger. You can easily $750 for just the unit, and then with all of the stones, especially some new ones. Bob, I believe all you have to do, it's just all in the settings. You can grind anything. Raymond, thank you very, very much. I've been talking about the Rhode Island plates. In fact, I just talked about them this morning or this afternoon, right before I left Lisa and Mom. I said I've got a Rhode Island plate coming. So thank you very, very much for mentioning that. Oh, your feet hurt. I knew that, Robert. I got you. I got you. I got Robert, everybody. He's always getting me. I finally got him back. What's today? April 1st. Oh, I guess that makes you the April Fool. Uh, oh, awesome, Raymond. Car and motorcycle plates. Yeah, Rhode Island. I mean, because it's only that big on the map, so it's real hard to get plates from there. Right. Yeah, exactly. So, Bob and Roger, you guys, if you need to converse with one another, feel free to use my Facebook page. Just go over there and make a general post on my Zippo Varga Facebook page. And you guys, if you want to work something out, work something out. Front, I hesitate to say yes only because I will accept any plates that want to come and spend their eternity on the Zippo Ranch. But I do have Ontario plates, and they came from Bruce Pender, and they're year 1966, which is my birth year. So if your plates are a different year, I would absolutely welcome them if you want to. If you want to, yeah, that is the thing, Roger. I'll tell you, Roger. Using Fastenal Logistics, you can move anything on a pallet for under. I shipped an entire Simplicity tractor. I don't know if you guys remember Goldie. It was my 3212 uh, Hydro. Excuse me, that's wrong. It was my B212 Hydro. I strapped it to a pallet and I shipped it up north to Michigan, and it only cost $125 to ship an entire 700-pound tractor. So if Bob is willing to pick it up off of you and you guys can work out the Fastenal logistics, I do not have a lot of Wisconsin plates, Glenn. No, I have some Wisconsin plates, but not a lot. Car and motorcycle plates. Raymond, I'm really looking forward to those. That'll really be cool. That'll be neat. But yeah, those machines, Bob, are very, very versatile. You can cut and grind. You triple grind, single bevel grinds on the old hit miss. Uh, just whatever you want to whatever you want to do. I have had you guys on here for about 40 minutes. I've taken up a lot of your evening. Let's see. Well, if Lisa says you're a good boy, I have some plates going back now and probably to the 70s when I start driving with the history of all the cars I've had on them. Go out and dig them out. And Glenn, that would be fantastic. That would be wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. I believe the oldest plate I have is a 1936 Michigan plate, and then I just recently got a 1956, 50, 56, 54 or 56 plate. I don't remember. But I've got some old plates, and I like the old plates really well, too. Lisa, you have to tell Glendon I'm a good boy. Yeah, I don't eat the yellow snow. Oh, I've been a very good boy. If she says I've been a very good boy, then I must be doing something right. I must be doing something right. Again, guys, thank you very, very, very much. Did I get the horizontal blade cutter working? Horizontal blade cutter. Front. Horizontal blade cutter. Can I have a little bit more front, and then we'll call that we'll call this one an end. Horizontal blade cutter. Oh, 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 oh. Yes, 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 I did. And I'm actually getting a bandsaw. So um, that was quick and easy, the hacksaw. That perfect. That was what I needed. Uh, and it's going to come up. It's going to be available. So if anybody is not on this, but yeah, it's going to come up available. I mainly bought it for Bob. No problem. It was absolutely fantastic seeing you and having you here. Um, I I mainly bought that because it was the very first thing that I picked up that was Bill's, and I wanted something of Bill's. Um, Now I have many things of Bill's, including his mill, all of his tooling, and his 1973 CB350F. I have many, many things of his, and I just feel blessed to have all of them. Howdy, Ray. Um, then I'm going to make that available because I have a bandsaw coming. Hey ho, hey Heidi ho, you forgot Heidi. Robert, you forgot Heidi. Heidi, Heidi hi, Heidi ho, Heidi hey, Heidi, Heidi ho. Robert, you confused me. There, there you go. Okay, everybody, I've had you almost 45 minutes. I really enjoyed this. I had a lot of my old time subscribers here. Yes, he is, Ray. Um, I'm very, very glad all of you guys came in, took time out of your Easter for me. I hope the rest of your Easter evening uh, is full of all that's good. Look for videos coming out very soon. The weather is changing. And uh, thanks for catching your tongue, Robert. Wild Bill, take care. Uh, Glenn, thank you. Terry, fantastic. I'm glad that you were able to find it and catch it. Sean, always a pleasure. Tell the family I said hello. And I've got a special surprise for you on the exhaust on your loader tractor. So I will not be videotaping that. Joe Sloan, thank you. And get with me again on the lead hammer. Thanks, Brian. Tell Pam and the whole rest of the family I said see ya. So, Rooney, I'm glad you did too. I really am. You guys can look for me next Sunday. I'll post another quick little snippet letting you know that whether or not I will be on, but hopefully I will be. I just bit the ears off my rabbit. Good job, Robert. All right. Y'all be good. Love y'all. I will see you on the next one. I'm out of here.